the meeting. I'm going to call the meeting to order right away. So here, this is Rotarian Bien, the charter president of this great unique club, E-Unique Club of Nigeria, District 9127. I welcome you here once again for today's fellowship. And as usual, you all know how exciting, how interesting our meetings usually is. So sit back and pay attention to the guest speaker for today, who is none other than my fellow CP and PP, Adonis TELLA-DELIS from Benin Republic, from Cotonou, if I'm not mistaken, but Benin Republic anyway. And he'll be talking to us today on polio eradication. But before we begin properly, I want to say a very big congratulations to our club, to PPVJ in particular, and to us, to me, because we have finally received our charter certificate. So we're officially recognized in District 9127 and in RI. So here's our charter certificate, officially.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let us share the, permit me to call on, as usual, Kristen to give us the 4-way test of Rotary, please.
Me. Okay. All right. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
No, I don't have 4-way test. I have object of Rotary. Would you like me to do object of Rotary?
Okay, you can do the object of Rotary, but however, I can pull it up here for you.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Which one would you like me to do, the 4-way test or object of Rotary?
Do the 4-way test, please. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. So
okay.
good evening, good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. I'm so honored to be here. My name is Christine Mbaba, representing Rotary Club of Abuja, Asokoro Diamond. I'm currently based in the US though, but I will be going back to Abuja very shortly. So here we have the 4-way test, the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? That is the 4-way test of Rotary International. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. I'm also going to call on Rotarian Enno to give us the object of Rotary. Rotarian Enno, please.
Thank you, my president. My president, past president, governors here present. Object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis or worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster 1, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2nd, high ethical standards in business and professions. The recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. 3rd, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's special, personal, business, and community life. 4th, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. My president, that is the object of Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Eno, for giving us the object of Rotary. I will be introducing our guest speaker for today, who is none other than CP PP Adonis TELLA-DELIS. He was born on the 22nd of September. He is young, very dynamic. He's a visionary leader with the required skills to manage complex and culturally sensitive organizations. He has the leadership consultant and translator interpretation in French, English, and Spanish. He's an executive director of the consulting firm Brian Link Africa, and he's been the consultant since July 2007. He's a charter member, vice chairman, Youth Service Committee, Rotary Club of Cotonou 2015-2016, chairman, Youth Service Committee, Cotonou 2016-2017, member, Rotary Foundation Committee 2016-2017, Rotary Club of Cotonou, charter president 2017-2018, Rotary Club of Cotonou, Locomotive, Ganhi, vice president 2018-2019 of Rotary Club of Cotonou, Locomotive, chairman, Public Image Committee 2018-2019, SAA deputy trainer of Rotary Club of Cotonou 2019-2020, member and SA of National Training Committee, Rotary Club of Benin Republic, bilingual secretary of the National Polioplus Committee of Benin Republic since 2020 till date, member of the National Membership and Extension Committee, Rotary Club of Benin, chairman, District 9102 Youth Service Committee, vice president for District 9127 Francophone Rotary Leadership Institute, member of the steering committee of the World District Interact Chair Association from 2022 till date, special advisor on Elevate Rotaract to the District 9101 Governor 2022-2023, chairman, National Youth Service Committee, Benin Republic, District 9102, 2022-2023, National Youth Protection Officer, Benin District 9102, 2022-2023, chairman, Rotary Foundation Committee, 2022 till date for Rotary Club of Cotonou, Locomotive, chairman, Learning Committee, 2022, 2024 to 2025 of Rotary Club of Cotonou, Locomotive. He's a PHF +5. He's got district trainings and membership in August 2015. District trainings on
you can
Rotary.
spare the trainings. You can spare the trainings. There are many.
Okay.
You can spare that. You can spare us that.
Okay. Because I mean, I envy you
okay.
anyway. I envy
No, it's okay.
you.
It's okay.
So let's make welcome the one and only Polio Chair, District 9101.
No, I'm not Polio Chair yet. I'm a member of the
Polioplus
Committee.
This is Polio. So talk to us on polio eradication.
It's okay. Good evening, all. Thanks to CP, Yen, and of course PPVJ for facilitating this speaking engagement. And I thank all the Rotary leaders connected. I can see PDG, Ashad from District 3055 and other major Rotarians all connected, all protocol observed. I have the opportunity on the eve of World Polio Day to speak on Rotary, on polio eradication. That's Rotary generational challenge. I coined it that way because it's impressive to see how far the world has gone towards eradication of polio. And whether we like it or not, at least Rotarians must make sure that the world knows that we have played and we keep playing a key role in this process of eradicating polio. And my presentation seeks to remind us that, first of all, we need to be proud of being Rotarians. We need to be proud of how far we have helped the world deal with this major disease. But at the same time, we need to understand that we need to do a lot of things so that we can keep that momentum and reach total eradication. Of course, I will, in terms of links and resources, I would suggest the Rotary website, that the slash where it talks about our causes and end polio, and also a site that is totally dedicated to polio eradication as endpolionow.org. Of course, the first thing I need to tell you is, of course, poliomyelitis. It's a very debilitating disease that affects the brain system, the nervous system, and therefore that can cause paralysis for life and even death in certain cases, because it can affect from the nervous system, it can affect the respiratory system. I'm not going to bore you with technical issues. In any case, I'm not a medical doctor, but as an advocate for polio, I will remind you of the fact that the children of the world deserve a world without polio. And we have been working for 35 years towards polio eradication. I will not share a particular slide, but I will share just some images, some readings from the polio endpolio.org website, so that you can help us understand. We remain a key partner in what is called the GPEI, that is Global Polio Eradication Initiative. And very soon I'll go through a few timelines as to how we have progressed from the early 80s, till date, and the fact that we have reached a point of 99.9% eradication of polio. But the first thing that we need to understand is that, of course, all children under the age of 5 must be vaccinated. And the essential work of Rotary has been to promote vaccination through sensitization, mobilization of resources, so that we can afford every single child in the world receive the amount of doses they need before the age of 5. Let's remember that it's a deadly infectious disease, and therefore we need to make sure that we create a good environment for sanitization. And because it would thrive in an environment that is not propitious to sanity and good hygiene, especially contaminated water. So when we really get to the core of the polio fight, every strategic core area of focus area of Rotary is even a good way of working towards polio, because sometimes we may wonder why would Rotary put so much resources and effort in a single disease. But the fact that the community economic development, mother and child care, prevention and treatment of diseases, all those focus areas will help us fight polio and have a link with polio. Because you can imagine, if a child is contaminated with polio, his future is truncated. He cannot practice the kind of sport he may want to. He cannot have the mobility she or he wishes to have now and in the future, because we need to protect, and therefore we need to protect our children. As I said, I will go through certain figures. The $3 is the average cost to fully protect a child against polio. And as of 2017, we had a few statistics taken. Children in total, 430 million children were vaccinated, and it took $100 million to conduct polio surveillance. Now, there's one aspect that I meant to show you. That is the progress. The progress from 1985. Yeah, from 1980. Yeah. So we can see something that in 1988 we began the fight. We began the fight for polio eradication, and we could see where the virus was thriving. Many parts of the world were affected by then. And that fight began in 1998 with, we can even go back to 1985 because we had the well, if we can even begin before Polio got Rotary began to do practical things, we could see that it was discovered as a virus, and it was affecting children all over the world. But I want to fast track to a certain period of time when we got to 1979, when in the Philippines, a program against polio began to immunize 6 million children as Rotary International began its fight. And in 1985, we had the launch of Polioplus, which is the first and largest internationally coordinated private sector support of public health initiatives with an initial fundraising target of $120 million. Then in 88, we got the World Health Organization, of course, with other partners like UNICEF and other key organizations to launch the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. That estimated at that time, there were 350,000 cases of polio in 125 countries. In 1994, the International Commission for the Certification of Poliomyelitis announced that polio had been eliminated in the Americas, first of all. Then in 95, we moved to immunization of children in China and India. And we had in a week 165 million children immunized. Now, one thing I have to tell you is that when we had the opportunity to eradicate polio in countries like China and India, it became a real happiness and a real success, because you can see that here in 2003, the Rotary Foundation raised $119 million in a 12-month campaign, and total contribution to eradication exceeded $500 million. And at that time, 6 countries remained polio endemic: Afghanistan, Egypt, India, Niger, Nigeria, and Pakistan. What is interesting is that those countries represent a chunk of the earth by way of population and even youthfulness. And in 2004, we had National Immunization Days coordinated in 23 countries in Africa. In 2006, we had 4 countries that remain endemic: Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, Nigeria. And also, we have gotten gradually close to eradication. And as of today, I can tell you that the countries that remain endemic are only Afghanistan and Pakistan. And for certain reasons that are mostly related to social behavior, religious issue, and insecurity, both and political instability as well in certain parts where vaccinators cannot access or are even in danger. 2020, we had a certification of Africa as polio-free. Now, we have gotten to this close to eradication, as we know. 99.9% of the world is eradicated free from polio. But why so much effort should continue? Because every single unvaccinated child can be a channel for the spread of the pandemic. When you look at the situation in Gaza, for instance, and Lebanon, because of the resurgence of high level of insecurity with the major struggle the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, and then on the other side, part of the Lebanon, the Hezbollah in Lebanon and Israel struggle. You can see that there have been a resurgence of polio in those areas, and therefore strategic discussions have been engaged through the World Health Organization and with the involvement of Rotary to have humanitarian channels, humanitarian corridors to enable the vaccination of children. Because unfortunately, some children born during the last couple of years with this resurgence of violence and serious struggle have gotten to the point where they are affected with the polio virus. Secondly, is that we have two types of virus. The one that is certified, that we are certifying countries free from, is the wild polio virus. But we have what is called the vaccinal strain virus. That is based on the fact that when the children are vaccinated, they excrete some element from their bodies, and other children can get affected by that. And if they are unvaccinated, generally it can lead to another outbreak. The reason why we remain mobilized is that every single child in the world must be vaccinated. And Rotary has done, as I gave you a brief timeline, from the 80s till date, Rotary has engaged in the fight against polio, has led the response to polio. One interesting thing that we noticed during the COVID-19 pandemic in a big country like India, where we feared a serious spread and danger for the population as far as COVID-19, is that the structures that were set up for decades to fight against polio helped the mobilization against COVID-19, because we had good structures, health, communication, logistics development to help this country. I'm using India. Why is India used as an example in many cases in terms of human issues, especially fight against this? Because of the high level of organization in a very populous country. It's the world's largest, most populous country, yet very much organized. And the Rotary, of course, in 1920, Rotary celebrated its centenary in India. So, and whether in health issues, in governance issues, or Rotary issues, it's good for us to sometimes look at a very a country that is very broadly and very available to collaborate with us, like India, because no less than 5 Rotarians from India have become president of Rotary International. It can tell you that the level of commitment to Rotary activities in India is commendable. And why we need to remain vigilant is that as soon as a country loses its guards and there's a single outbreak, because people travel, even when you look at India, you look at Afghanistan, Pakistan, people travel from those countries, and unvaccinated children can be a channel for communication of the disease. And therefore, we need to continue raising funds to enable every single child in the world to be vaccinated. At the same time, we need to understand that Rotary has set up a certain organization in terms of a strategy to raise fund. The Rotary Foundation operates with specific funds, and one of those funds is the Polioplus Fund. And on the eve of World Polio Day, we need to remind our individual members, clubs, districts, and all structures of Rotary to contribute to the Polioplus Fund. And we have a challenge to become members in our different districts of the Polioplus Society by committing to contributing at least $100 per year, per Rotary year, to the Rotary Foundation Polioplus Fund. This is a great reminder, because what that enables us to do is that by being in our various countries, we are able to promote the good work of the Rotary Foundation of funding vaccination, communication, mobilization, training of health personnel and other volunteers to make sure that we have a world free of polio. And on the occasion of World Polio Day, which will be celebrated tomorrow, we also have the opportunity of reminding the world of the good work of Rotary. I can tell you that I decided not to go the technical way and look at the mobilization way, the commitment way, the Rotarian way, to say that we don't need to be medical experts to understand that polio is a deadly disease. We don't need to be experts to remind people and to understand what polio can do in terms of destruction of children's future. And also, we don't need to be experts. We just need to be good Rotarians to remember that all those decades, the Rotary has done a lot of work. And if we relax a little bit, we can have resurgence. We can look at Mozambique and other countries in Africa where we've had recent outbreaks, because anytime there's a difficulty of access, anytime there's a geographical complications in terms of navigating the terrain, we have situations where we have Malawi, Mozambique, South Central Somalia, and even Northern Nigeria, or Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. And those countries, those areas are generally conflict prone, or struggling with religious brainwashing of people that we need to work against, and sometimes engage with communities, community leaders, regional leaders, to explain to them that polio definitely the polio vaccine is not doing any harm to the children. One setback that the polio eradication movement endured in recent years had to do with the COVID-19, because at some point some parents, for some reason, were fearing the fact that the compulsory vaccine immunization days, where we had a set of vaccines, because we have malaria, tuberculosis, and of course polio and all that other compulsory vaccine that we administer to them, were used as an avenue to forcefully inject anti-COVID-19 vaccines. And this is something that we have had to deal with. Also, in certain countries where we introduced the new, the latest version of the vaccine, there were side effects that led to some difficulties. But all those cannot prevent us from reminding ourselves as Rotarians, and remind the world over and communicate on the fact that Rotary has led a serious movement by setting up the Polioplus Fund in 1985, and working with the international agencies like the WHO and UNICEF to set up the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. And we have achieved a lot of milestones. And what is left now is surveillance and routine vaccination, so that we can make sure that no child is left unvaccinated, and that we can fulfill the promise that we made to the children of this world. All those documents, that all the information are available, and I will leave them in the chat, endpolio.org, of course, and rotary.org/our causes and polio, so that we can have more information and we can have material to communicate on polio, even to host our meetings on the color of polio. These are the things that we do to remind ourselves of the good work of Rotary. My focus on in my presentation was to remind us of the good of Rotary and what we need to do to make sure that we are totally having polio out of this world. At this juncture, I would like to pause and let us entertain a few questions and a few comments and a few contributions. But I want us to remember one thing: we should be proud of being Rotarian, and we should make sure that from this we go to zero polio presence in the world, therefore 100% eradication of polio. Thank you, CPV, and all my audience. Thank you.
Thank you, CP Adonis, for the lecture. The room is open, please, for questions, for contributions. Just raise your hand and you'll get unmuted to ask your question or to make your contributions. Thank you. Any question or any contribution?
Ratravel has a raised hand.
Thank you. Thank you, Adonis, for the lovely lecture. I would just like to ask this question. This has been in my mind for some time. Do you think by the next 5 to 6 years, we will be coming to the end of this polio. I think I really feel that it should not take more than 40 years. It's 36 already. So I think it shouldn't take much time. So what are your thoughts on it? When do you think we'll finally end polio?
It's been a question on the minds of many, both in Rotary and out, and especially Rotary, because we have dedicated a lot of time, energy, and resources. The fact that the world population is growing, and that unfortunately some areas that were at peace become areas of conflict. It makes us, put us in a very tight corner. We could be at 100% eradication in the next years. But if we don't maintain a certain level of surveillance and good habits in terms of proper vaccination, because we will put the world in danger. The thing is that why are we this close? Because we have done a lot of work. But why are we not totally out of the pandemic or the, yeah, I would say the pandemic situation? Is because there's still a few things left. When you look at countries where people, for religious reason or for sociological reason or for whatever reason, will not vaccinate the children. Some people will just say they don't want to vaccinate the children. And therefore, when the children become to have a flash paralysis, what do we say? We have lost the battle in that case. Even though we're at 99% at that point here, we have lost the battle. So what we should do is to work a lot on sensitization, so that people can have the reflex of vaccinating. And of course, in the next 5, 6 years, it is possible. It is very possible. We believe in that. Another question that comes with that kind of interrogation for many Rotarians is, are we going to only focus on polio, or is it time for Rotary to launch a new major initiative, a new generational initiative? It is also a possibility, because right now we can see projects in Zambia, for instance, that have gotten on the economy program of scale to fight against malaria, because for years we didn't have a vaccine against malaria. So there's also this aspect where Rotary is also engaging. And believe you me, all the 7 areas of focus that Rotary has address all major issues that the world needs to address to be a safe world and a peaceful world. So we hope we are done by this year, but the work of Rotary will not stop. Thank you.
Yes, I was going to ask if Rotary was going to focus only on polio, because, I mean, from the time I joined Rotary in 2018, it's been polio eradication this, polio eradication that. We're this close to eradicating polio and all that. So I was going to ask a question you just answered. If,
exactly.
Rotary has another plan outside of polio, when polio is finally eradicated or fully eradicated.
Yeah, I give that a clear message that when you look at the 7 areas of focus of Rotary, name them: peace and peace building and conflict prevention, education, basic education and literacy, and the environment, community development, mother and child care, the water and sanitation and hygiene. All those things, when you mention them, as addressing them, raising funds to the Rotary Foundation, and district support and partnership that we engage in at club and various levels in Rotary, we address main issues at the same time. Just that polio was such a threat from the onset that at some point a concerted effort had to be engaged in to deal with it specifically, but never prevented Rotary from fighting other causes. So we can be proud of the fact that we don't focus only on polio. It's just that polio is our flagship program. That's.
Thank you, CP. Any further questions and or contribution? Please feel free. While we're still waiting for people to contribute or to ask their questions, I want to especially recognize some guests in our midst, some visiting Rotarians and fellow Magic President, MP Oros from the Rotary Club of Abuja Ministers Hill. Thank you. Good to have you here. PP Okonofua, thank you for joining us today. She's from Rotary Club of Abuja Gwarimpa. To all my international friends, thank you for joining us here today. Please feel free to ask your questions. Permit me, please, I want to open up the door for someone.
President Vien.
Yes, Carol, you can continue.
Yes, so I am on the road, but I'm parked at the moment, so I'm going to make a comment and just say that we as Rotarians need to be very proud of the work that we have done for polio over the years since 1980. It's something to be very, very, very proud of. And I think more Rotarians maybe need to know about it, because I don't think everybody knows about it, even though President Vien says she has heard we're this close to ending polio. The fact is that even though we're close to ending polio, if there is even one case, then it can get spread to somebody else. So until we get to the point where we have eliminated it totally, then we have to keep going, while at the same time doing all the various projects in the 7 areas of focus. But we need to be proud Rotarians for the work we have done in not just in polio, but in all the other areas that we have worked over the many, many years. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you so much for your words. You have echoed my heartbeat and what I meant to convey, and I appreciate.
Incidentally, our guest speaker, I like your outfit.
Thanks.
I love that emblem on your chest there.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
and as Jamaicans would say, the backdrop saying one.
He likes
Okay.
to dress,
Yeah,
he likes to dress like
backdrop
that.
too.
Yeah, it's true. That's how I like the dress. It's true. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone.
You're muted. You're muted. CP, you're muted. Yeah. You're muted.
Can you all hear me now?
Now it's good. Now it's good. You were muted earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's make the room a bit more lively and take just one Rotary song.
Okay.
Just one. Let's take Vive la Rotary. At the count of 9, 1, 2, 7. Let's take the first verse. Let every good night raise his heads and glow. Vive la Rotary, to carry a message of service and love. Vive la Rotary. Vive la
Rotary. Vive Rotary.
Rotary. Truth is our
right.
Love is our might. Vive la
Rotary.
Thank you all.
You're welcome, CP. Thanks for gingering us up.
Thank you once again, CP Adonis. Thank you.
My pleasure.
You know, you owe me one Rotary fabric because I mean, all of your pictures are Rotary fabrics. So you owe me one. I'm expecting
I
the
hear
wedding,
you.
please.
I hear you.
I want to welcome new members to our club. Today is actually their first meeting. Here in our midst, I have Efe, an intending member, Efe Nelson, she's here. I have Solomon Etang, he's here. I have Sediat, who is also here. And Kristen, all intending Rotarians who got introduced
Nice
to
to
Rotary.
meet you all.
Thank you, Efe. Thank you for joining today. And
Joy,
I'm sure that
actually,
after
F
today's
is in the F is in on the other side.
So who is this Joy?
Yeah, this is Joy.
Oh, I was going to ask why is Joy not joining us?
Because we're together.
Oh, okay, good to have you all here. Thank you for joining today's meeting, and I'm sure you enjoyed
Yes, I
it.
did. Yes, we
Gained
did.
one or
Effie
two
just stepped
knowledge.
out. She just went upstairs. That's why.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll talk behind the camera at the end of the
Not a
meeting.
problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. I've also got some new members who couldn't log in here, but they are live on the YouTube. I'm here and I'm also on the YouTube link. Kristen is here. Mubarak is here on the YouTube. And of course, I have my membership chairperson on the YouTube link too. Thank you all for joining. So, to the members of District 9127, I just want to use this medium to announce that on Saturday, the 26th of this month, at 7 a.m., we'll be having a polio eradication walk from the parade ground to area 11. If I'm not mistaken, the flyers are all over. I'm still going to put up the flyer on the platform. And I want to encourage even our new members to be there. I mean, you see fellow Rotarians, you join us in the walk. According to what our guest speaker has just told us, we're this close to eradicating polio. So let us go out, sensitize the general public, and let them know and see reasons why they need to allow their children to be vaccinated. And of course, in the spirit of Rotary, we encourage you all to put on either a red t-shirt, yellow t-shirt, white t-shirt, or black t-shirt, and also use a matching face cap for it. But if you do not have a face cap, no problem. Just put on either a red, white, yellow, or black t-shirt and come out to parade ground 7 a.m. Saturday. Thank you. I want to call on Rotarian. I want to call on Rotarian Carol Phillips, please.
Sorry, do you have a flyer for that event?
Oh yes, I do. I'm going to share the flyer immediately after the meeting.
Okay, because I can send it to the other Rotarians that I know who are in your country who are not on this call.
Okay, I'll do just that. I'll share it to you immediately after the meeting. So I'm actually calling on you, Rotarian Carol Phillips, to do us the honor of appreciating our guest speaker for today. So please, the floor is yours, Rotarian Carol, please. Can you all hear me? Am I muted?
You are not muted. We can hear you.
What did you say? What did you say, President?
Okay, I called on you to appreciate our guest speaker for today.
Oh, I'm driving, but I just stopped. I didn't hear you. Okay. All right. Oh, President, Adonis. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes, Adonis.
Thank you
President.
very much for taking the time to come and present to us about this very important topic of polio eradication. It is a very timely topic as we have International, well, World Polio Day tomorrow. Thank you for sharing with us from your wealth of knowledge, and also encouraging us to continue to contribute, to not give up the fight, to keep fighting until we get the job done. Thank you
so
also.
much.
I heard your long list of your long list for your introduction of the different things you are involved in and have contributed to. Continue doing the good work for Rotary. All the very best to you.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you so much, and thank you, CPV. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Adonis. Thank you for accepting to be the guest speaker in a very short notice.
It's a pleasure, and I will take the opportunity to thank my good brother, PPVJ, who has been a very strong partner in speaking and promoting the good work of Rotary all over the world since the COVID-19 pandemic. He's been a good brother, he's been a good friend, but more than a friend, he's been a good partner and brother, and we have done a lot of things, but I think we are going to do greater things together, and with the help of our larger community that we keep building every day. And I would like to sincerely thank him for also participating in making this possible. It's a very, very great honor to have met this great man who's a brother to me today. Thank you.
Thank you. PPVJ is not just a friend or a Rotarian. He's my mentor, he's my father, he's my trainer, he's my everything you can think of. You know, they say in Rotary, you build friendship. We're opportune to have 1.2 million friends. He is one person you need in your corner. At any point in time you call on him, he is there to answer you, and to guide you. PPJ, thank you so much. I can't stop appreciating all of your efforts. And, today I'm live on YouTube. It could only have been possible through him and by him.
Definitely.
Thank you. And of course, that's why he's an honorary member of our club, of our great club.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Yes, and he's a master inviter.
Yeah, right. That means that he's a master inviter.
He's always inviting people from all over the place to attend the meetings. Thanks, VJ.
Okay. Now it's time to unmute yourself and let's do the general introduction. Let's get to know ourselves, where we're joining from today, and our classifications.
Rotarian
Eno, you may wish to begin.
Thank you, my president.
Classification and where you're joining from. Thank you.
Thank you, my president. I am Rotarian Eno, a member of the Unique E-Club of Abuja, District 9127. I'm happy to be here and welcome to every member of in this house today. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Please unmute yourselves. Feel free, introduce yourself one after the other. Let's know where you're joining from and what you do, please.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Lisa.
Yeah, this is Lisa Musoke from RC Gayaza, District 9213. I'm the PR in my club for 2 years now, and I'm very happy to always join your fellowships.
Thank you. Glad to always have you here.
Thank you.
Hello,
fellow
everyone.
My president, Rotarian Oros.
Okay,
Here.
my fellow MP, sorry, I know somebody was coming in. I'm joining from Abuja. Sorry, I'm still working. And I listened very well to the subject discussed today, polio. Again, that's still my area of classification, if I should put it that way. And I'm happy that polio message is actually taking a lot of traction this period as we plan to celebrate World Polio Day tomorrow. So happy to join fellowship with you again, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, my MP. Good to always have you join us.
Hi, Rotarian President. My name is Ronnie Amatefu from Ghana, District 9104. My classification is marketing communications, and I'm happy to join you for your fellowship.
Thank you, Ronnie. Good to have you here.
Hello.
Chairman Ronnie.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
I'm Rotarian Ketchway from the Rotary Club of Accra Ridge, Ghana, District 9104. And I'm in the same club as Ronnie. I'm a regular at your meetings and I'm glad to be here once again. I am into set designing.
Thank you. Thank you, Rotarian Catherine. When I saw you, when I saw the name, I knew immediately you were the one.
Yeah, Emilongo, you can introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
my name is Rotarian Amy. I'm from the Rotary Club of Abuja Guzape, the Caring Club. I bring you greetings from my beautiful club. They're all saying hi to you. It's a privilege to join this meeting this evening. I like to fellowship with everyone, but sometimes I just forget when the time is, when it's 6:30, I have to join. Maybe when I remember it will be around 7, I'll say, oh my God, I've missed this meeting again today. But today I sat down here. I said, once it is 6:30 to 7, I will clock in, and you allowed me in. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wish you the best. My district is District 9127. My classification is Security Administration.
Okay.
So I'd like to join you once again and again and again by the grace of God. Have a good fellowship.
Glad to receive you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rotarian Emmy.
Jean, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rotarian Jean, President-elect for the Rotary Club of Savlamar in Jamaica. It is indeed a pleasure to join your meeting today. It's so wonderful that we can connect all over the world with each other as Rotarians. So it's indeed a pleasure to fellowship with you today.
Thank you, Rotarian Jean. Good to have you here all the way from Jamaica.
Andrew, you would like to introduce yourself?
Right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew from the Rotary Club of Adrian Stanmore, District 1130 in London. I'm past president and I'm currently an assistant governor. My classification is retail management. It's great to be with you. It's not the first time I've attended your meeting, thanks to VJ, but I quite like joining you for fellowship. And I think the talk was particularly appropriate because tomorrow is World Polio Day. So I wish you the very best. And I hope you continue to take the message of Rotary across the world. Thanks.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for always joining us.
Yes, Gurumurthy.
Guest speaker.
Gurumurthy, you would like to introduce yourself?
I'm Rotarian Gurumurthy. From District 3182. Hello?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
District 3182, past president and past assistant governor of 22-23. I'd like to join you with our Zoom meeting. Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you too. Thank you for always joining.
Thank you, madam.
PP Amber, you can introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my first time joining. I'm PP Amber from the Rotary Club of Montego Bay in Jamaica. I heard someone else is also from Jamaica, so we're representing today. My classification is aviation. I'm an air traffic controller.
Hi, Amber. So we have at least 3 Jamaicans on. I thought I saw Dominica on.
Dominica was here, but she sent a message in the chat.
But I think she's logged out.
Yeah,
she has.
Mm-hmm.
Carol is always there.
Well, I'm Carol Phillips. I am Jamaican. I'm the 3rd Jamaican in the group.
Yeah.
Yes, hi.
I am presently in Georgia, though.
Yeah, but
my club is a Rotary Club of Stone Mountain. And my classification is financial services.
Carol, I know you are Jamaican emeritus.
No, I'm Jamaican, period.
Okay, of course, forever and ever.
I love Jamaica.
Who is left? Who hasn't introduced himself? Please, Joy, you can introduce
I see
yourself.
somebody I recognize. Simon Jude.
Okay, I just saw him.
Yes,
I know him from another club.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Rotarian Simon Jude, past president, immediate, from the Rotary Club of Soroti Central, that is in District 9213 in Uganda. It's my first time also to join in today. I've enjoyed fellowship. My classification is financial management services. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jude.
Welcome. Thanks for listening to my message and joining.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, who else do I see on here that I know?
Who else? Chris.
Not seen anybody else that I know. I guess
Going around full circle.
Today.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Once they've enjoyed the fellowship, we are covered. We are covered.
Dr. George was there. He just left here.
One thing from the presentation that I was reminded about is that the Rotary mechanism that we have, not just Rotary, the mechanism put in place for our eradication of polio is what they kind of piggybacked on to get everything in place to start to get control of COVID. So I was like, that's a good reminder that because we were already in an immunization state, they were able to piggyback on that and get things the ball rolling. So that's a good reminder.
Yes.
Another reason to be proud.
Another reason to be proud. Definitely. Definitely.
Okay, so
Geraldine.
Is there anyone here who hasn't introduced? Solomon, I see you. Solomon Etang, please, could you formally introduce yourself?
He probably stepped away. Oh, here he goes. He's unmuted.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
Good evening, Solomon.
My name is Solomon, and I'm a network engineer. And I'm joining live from Abuja. And fortunately for me, I have worked in the polio space, and I still work in the polio space for the past 7 years.
Wow.
Yes. So that was what I do. Thank you.
See? So we have to see you on Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah.
We should see you at that walk on Saturday. I'll personally look out for you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm just going to do a very brief introduction. I'm Christine Mbaba, representing Rotary Club of Abuja Asokoro Diamond in Abuja, Nigeria. However, currently I'm based in New Jersey. And I am a bureau de change and a notary public by trade. I'm also a project consultant. I would like to be on board with the polio. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend the walk this weekend, but I will just try to connect probably with my club or probably with any other club to see how we can do some intense polio vaccinations within Nigeria and throughout the world so we can eradicate polio once and for all, because I know we did it in 2020, when I was in Abuja, there was a end polio, but then we got, the little spouts of polio back. So let's just continue our efforts to fight polio. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kristen. Good to always have you here. Don't worry, you walk with us on Saturday. Good evening.
I'm Rotarian Enakufu from Ghana, same club with Rotarian Petrie. And I am an event planner and a decorator, and I'm happy to fellowship with you.
Thank you.
You look like you're driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be careful now.
All right. So nice catching up with all of
Look
you.
who's talking.
Thank you.
No, I talked when I was parked, okay? I was doing different things.
No, you were still driving.
When?
When you talked, were you parked?
I have a picture. I have a picture.
Car.
Carol, I have a picture. I can prove it.
Exactly. What evidence?
Interesting.
I was talking and
Interesting.
You know, Carol, I click pictures at in a fraction of a second.
Yeah, I know you love to take pictures, Vijay. I know you.
So I got sufficient
because
evidence.
I know I was in the car, but the car was stationary.
I have a sufficient
Can you
evidence
prove
that
it?
the car was moving.
Well, can I prove it? No. Well, can he prove otherwise? The car was stationary when I was talking. But I know I was moving in between this location, pharmacy, that.
We'll discuss offline.
Okay, people.
See, I am a lawyer myself. I am a master in law, Carol, so I know how to present evidence.
Lovely, lovely.
Okay, one.
Well, it was a great session. Yeah, let's call it. Let's call it.
Yeah, so let's end
No,
it here.
before we call it a day, let's share the Rotary Grace together. At the count of 9, 1, 2, 7, let's share the Rotary Grace.
Oh Lord,
oh Lord, thou giver of all good,
we
thank thee
we thank thee for our daily food.
May
Rotary
friends
and
Rotaries help
us to serve thee all our
days.
For good food,
good fellowship,
and opportunity to give thanks.
Give thanks.
Amen.
We need to practice that. We weren't in sync just now.
In sync, yeah. Again, the network too would not allow us to be in sync.
CP share it with her. She will practice it out.
Yes.
No, we need to practice as a group. Not me.
Yeah, you can share it to that Friends of Unique Nigeria group. Yeah, you can share it.
Okay, I'll share it there. Yeah. I'll share it so we can all practice it there. Yeah. Okay, thank you, everyone. It was an interesting meeting where we share love, we share laughter, we share friendship, we share peace, we share everything Rotary preaches. Thank you for always being here, always been supportive. Thank you to the new members who have joined. We hope that this would not be your last meeting. We hope to see you again and again and again, and participating fully and actively in Rotary. Let us all come together to completely eradicate polio, yes, and to also bring in new projects, and help eradicate every ailment we can as much as possible. On that note, at exactly 9 minutes past the hour of 7 p.m. Nigerian time,
Margaret.
I would want to call the meeting to a close. We meet again in 2 weeks' time in November. Before then, I'll share the flyers for the invite. So let's join other